What's up, everyone? Watch Your Step here, and today I'm going to do a couple of walkthroughs for Stay Out. It's a new game on Steam that's currently in beta, and there's not much out there right now on what to do, where to go, and those types of things. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do a couple of the quests and just kind of show you what to do, where to go, just to make your lives a little easier. So, starting off, what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at our quests. So the first thing I did was I went out and I already made the bonfire and I made the meat. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to show you the path to take to originally get to the town that you need to get to, pick up a couple quests there, and then we'll move on from there. So the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to check out what's going on with our quests. So first quest is we need to make it down to the station. We're going to do that in a second. We need to talk to a villager, which is around the corner. We'll do that later on. Sharon's secret. We got to figure out what happened, but there's a note. So we're going to check out that note and see what's going from there. So I go in my inventory. We got our note here. I'm going to read it. What? Oh, English is so off. I'll start that again. What's up, everybody? Watch Your Step here, and I am currently playing the game Stay Out. Now, what I'm trying to do with this game is give you guys a couple of walkthroughs or whatnot, just to show you what it's about, and to try to help you get yourself on your way, so you're not sitting there lost in the wilderness trying to figure out what you're looking for. So, first thing we're going to do is I'm going to take a look at our quests here. Now, the main quest we're going to be looking at is following Sharon, because that's the dude that screwed us over in the tutorial. We're trying to find our way. Now, when you first get out here, it's going to tell you you need to go in your inventory and you need to read the note. It's important you read the note. It's going to help you out with a lot. So, it tells you in here, make a fire, fry some meat, have a nice meal before you head out. Now, just to let you guys know, I already fried the meat. It takes too long to fry the meat. So we went in and did that. Now, what else he did was, once we get out of this, it would hit M. Let's place this nice blue line that we're going to be able to follow to get down to the train station to hopefully lift a ride over to where we need to go. So, we're going to go ahead and go down this exact path that he told us to. And we're going to come up with a couple key parts around the way. So first off, we're going to talk about your stamina bar. At the top left, the red bar is your health bar. The gray bar underneath is your stamina bar. As you're using your scroll wheel back and forth, that's going to go down. So once you get down low enough, you just scroll back one. You'll still be like a power walk, but you're going to actually start to get stamina back, so then you go back to sprinting here in a second. If you ever go through water, it's a big recommendation. Do not try to sprint through the water. You're actually going to go just as fast as if you were walking through the water, but you're going to still lose stamina. So if you're in water, don't sprint, just walk. Now, I'm not going to kill anything just yet, because we want to go down this path. We want to look at exactly what the guide told us to. Now, we're going to meet up with somebody down here who's stuck with this truck. Now, I'm actually not going to talk to him right now. I'm going to do that later in the tutorial. I want to leave all his dialogue plain, so you can talk to him and pick up some quests, which we'll get into later. So this is about the point on the map. It tells us, oops, wrong way, that we want to head more towards the tracks. So we're going to head down here, and then I'm going to go straight over. We're going to talk to two people while we're over there. We're going to talk to a huckster who's one of the guys who actually can sell you stuff. He also has a quest for us, and we're also going to talk to, my dear God, I forgot his name. There's one other guy, he's going to have a quest for us too. First part of this tutorial is going to knock out both those quests. Then we're going to take a little break, come back, and do some additional quests. So once you make it down to the train tracks, you should be safe. Now, I say should be. You don't know where other players have been running back and forth and what they've dragged over. First time I played through this, I had somebody who dragged a boar over to the train tracks. I died 3 times just trying to get back to the quest. So, follow the train tracks. It's going to lead you to this building down here, the train station. And this is where we're going to pick up our first quests. First person you have an opportunity to talk to is this little guy here, the passenger. He does help you out if you get your levels high enough. He has no quests though, so we're just going to bypass him. Next we got this huckster. Talk to the huckster and he's going to tell us some things. Talk about trying to get a ride down there. Tells us to speak to the watchman. Tells us watchman has Alzheimer's. Wants us to get a recipe. Alright. Tells us we got to find an artifact. So we're going to find the artifact here in a second. One thing to always try to remind you guys about right here. You get free water. You should never run out of water in this first section, so I drink every time I'm here. The watchman's the second person we're going to talk to. Now, this is the dude with the Alzheimer's. That they moved him. There he is. Alright, so he tells us we need to find him a wire. So the wire quest is going to be the quickest quest. We're going to do that right now. In order to do that, we're going to run up to this little electrical box. And this is going to be the first taste of radiation we have. So we're going to run inside here and we're going to look for stuff that's lying on the ground. Yeah, copper wire. You could also potentially find it inside the fence, so we were lucky we found it outside the fence. That's all we need for that copper wire quest. So while we're out here, we're also going to go back down the train tracks, and we're going to go ahead and do the first artifact game. Now, artifact games, you can't just walk up to something and grab it when it comes to artifacts. There has to be a little bit of something else going on. So, with the artifact game, you actually have to try to put in the right sequence. And if you don't, you're going to take damage, you're going to get pushed back, you're not going to be able to retrieve the actual artifact. So, in this case, doing this, we're going to be able to retrieve our first artifact, and I'm going to show you how to do the minigame based on how the game intends you to do it. I don't know any way to break this at this point, so I'm sure once people get a break of the mini games, they will let us know. So the first artifact is located down here at the end of the train tracks. So you can start to see the swirling tornado down here. This is where we're going to find our first artifact. So when we talked to the huckster and picked up this quest, the huckster gave us a couple things. One is this MGD. So I'm going to equip it. And then for my purposes, I'm also going to put it in my 5th slot. Now, we have some batteries. and we'll put those on top of there. That way we recharge it. So how this MGD works, if I hit number 5, it pops up. As I start to get closer to this artifact, you're going to see a dot pop up on the screen. So there are 2 boxes. You have the outer box, you have the inner box. In order for the artifact game to work, the dot has to be inside the box. Now if you get too close, you're going to get taken irradiation, you're going to get pushed back, but you can put it right inside the box, it's fine, it doesn't matter what part. From here, we're going to hit our tab button, so we get our arrow. You can actually click, left click directly on the dot, and it's going to start the mini game. The mini game, the bar is going to go up and back, and then it's going to start. You're going to see all these start to light up. It's either going to be a number or an arrow. You have to press the arrow keys or the corresponding number that go along with it. Now, I'm going to be using the arrow keys and the numbers on the number pad. Let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to left click and show you what it looks like. Up, 1, 3, down, up. We do all 5, we don't take any damage, we don't have any radiation, and we just picked up our artifact. So I can close out, I can hit tab so I can get control of my character back. Now all we have to do is run back and talk to both the huckster and the watchman, and we're going to be able to turn in both the copper wire and the artifact. You can continue to do artifact quests even after you do the original quest, as long as you don't complete the entire line of questing that allows you to actually head to the next town by taking the hand cart. So you can hold on to the artifact device until you actually are ready to leave, and then we'll show you that when we get to that final questing stage. But for now, we're just going to come back here, we're going to turn in these quests and show you what it kind of looks like, and a couple of other things that go along with it. So we got our watchman. Now we need to get the reputation up before he does anything else for us. Alright. And then we have the huckster over here. We're going to turn in the artifact, and that moves on to the next quest. So at this time, I want to thank you guys for watching the first part of my tutorial for Stay Out that goes over both the path you need to take to reach the train station, finding the copper wire, and obtaining the first artifact. Stay tuned for my next walkthrough where we're going to show you how to get the tincture from Vladimir in order to help you get the handcart to get out of this area.